So this one's gonna be a little different, guys. Okay, I know I'm the consciousness bro. What we do is we talk about consciousness here, bro. No, today we're talking about lifting weights. All right, I'm in my slutty era right now, so I'm in the bathroom. Some of you might recognize this bathroom. This is the daddy's gonna get a new shave bathroom. Whenever I would post a shaving video, which I haven't done one of those in a while. But I wanted to talk about back day. Okay, back day. All right, here's currently what the back's looking like. Now, I don't have the best camera, but I think you guys can tell. I got a pretty decent looking back. I'll call it a decent looking back. And that's without taking any supplements, okay? I stay away from all of that stuff now. No protein powders, no bullshit. Most of the time, I don't even eat, all right? So it's like intermittent fasting. Where I'm going with all of that is it's very easy to grow your back if you just understand a couple key principles of training. A couple key principles. You don't have to do 1,000,000 reps. That's what I used to do when I was younger. And to be completely blunt with you, my back gains sucked ass when I was younger. I was doing 2.5 to 3 hour workouts. I was taking probably 20 grams of creatine a day. I was taking probably 4 to 5 fucking protein shakes a day. I was keeping that entire fucking industry alive, brother. I was drinking so much protein, eating so much food, but I didn't really understand how to train. And you may say, oh, well, it's easy to train. You just do a couple reps of something. You just put the weight on, and over time, you progressively overload. That is correct. But how many reps are you actually leaving in the tank? All right, I'm not going to tell anybody what exercises necessarily to do. I'll tell you which ones work for me. I need you guys to figure out and use discernment for yourself. But if part of your desire in life is to have a better physique, then it would behoove you to actually try new exercises, to try and train in different ways. And especially when it comes to mentality and methodology of lifting weights, you should try all the rep ranges. You should see what resonates the most with yourself. For a while, I was doing bodybuilding lifts, okay? And I was doing like 20 sets per workout, per muscle group. 20 sets of 12 to 20 reps. It was volume overload. And you know what happened even with all that volume? Is I never went to true failure. The actual changes in my back, most of the structure, most of the detail, the actual vascularity on top of the muscle, that didn't come from doing all the reps. Where it came from is very simplistic training. I think everybody needs at least one pull down movement. So like a lat pull down, whether it is a machine loaded, where you put the plates on the machine, or it's one of the like the barbell thing is above you like this and you just pull it down, it's got the stack. That works perfectly fine. But you need to get to the point in that set that you're doing, like a Menser style training. That's how I train nowadays, which is to failure. The progressive overload I go to is my last set. If I can get more than 8 reps of that last weight, it's too light. And I don't want to get 8 reps. I want to be screaming in my muscle by rep 5. Rep 6, I basically almost shit myself. If I can do rep 7, I'm not the one lifting the weights anymore. I'm on demon time. And the demon's not strong enough for 8. That's where God has to step in. That's the type of training if you want to see actual real gains. Because the biomechanics, if we want to get scientific of all this shit, is you need to tear the muscle. You need to tear the tissue. And even if you back yourself out, like I don't even like to go that deep into stuff. where I like to usually get to that point is it's stimulus. It is a stimulus that you have never experienced before. When you progressively overload, right? Think about it. Just think about this intuitively. When you progressively overload and you're lifting a weight you have never lifted before. You've never lifted it before. It's the heaviest thing you've ever lifted. And you actually get it for a singular rep, just one rep. That one rep is more stimulus than you have ever felt in your entire life in that muscle. I want you to make that connection real quick. That is the most stimulus you've ever felt. It doesn't matter how many reps you fucking do, because a lot of the reps, when you do lighter weights, you've felt that stimulus before. It's not something new. It's the same shit, just a different day. And you're hoping that, oh, well, maybe if I do enough blood flow to the muscle and if I eat enough food, it will grow. No, brother, you don't need, you're overcomplicating it. And do you know why? It's because they just want to sell you more fucking bullshit. They want to sell you protein powders. They want to sell you pre-workouts. They want to sell you creatine. They want to sell you peptides. They want to sell you. All this shit. I ain't got anything to sell you other than juicy fucking gains. Okay? And all that requires is literally shorter workouts, more infrequent workouts where you are just balls to the wall, having an amazing time. You are pushing the envelope. The headphones are in. Volume is maxed. You do not care. Bitches be damned. There are no hoes in this gym. You don't even notice them. You only care about the weights. You are dialed in. You are lifting something to achieve a stimulus that you have never fucking felt before. That's it. And then you leave. I'm not kidding. My back day today, you want to know what it was? So I started out on a rowing machine, right? Rowing. I warmed up with about 200 pounds-ish on there for a set of 8. That was my warm-up. And then I was like, all right, fuck it, we're warm. Let's go heavy. So I put on 240. So I went 40 pounds above and got 6. And I was done. That 6th rep was the most stimulus I have felt on that machine. And I was like, nope, that's it. That's the fucking set right there, baby. That's the set right there. I went over to a lat pull-down machine. It was a plate-loaded one. I usually warm up with 2 plates. And then this is the only time, and you guys use your discernment for yourself, okay? Use your discernment on how you want to work out. I did one work-up set where I did about 15 reps just because I like getting a little extra blood flow first. Because the latissimus dorsi, the side thing on you, is a big muscle, okay? So I wanted to get more blood flow. Go up to 3 plates. Do a set of 12. And then I put on 4 plates. And I only got 5. And the 5th rep was brutal. Was fucking brutal. And then I unracked it all. I was like, nope, that's the set. Went over and did the landmine row. This is where you have like one of those little attachments, usually in the rack. You stick the bar into it. You could plate load it. Okay, you put the plates on it. And then you get like a T-bar, which is like a bar that looks like this. Okay? And you bent over, you bend your knees, and you pull on this thing. Okay, I did the exact same thing. I think in total, the entirety of the back workout took me 30 minutes. It literally took me 30 fucking minutes. And I finished out the entire thing at the very end by doing a very light set of deep pull-ups, where it's close grip pull-ups where both your hands are right next to each other. Because when you go all the way up, right, you pull yourself all the way up like this, you're activating your entire back. And when you're all the way at the bottom, you're activating your lat all the way. This stretch is so deep. Okay, and that's all I was doing for. I was doing it for the stretch. I go in there, I blow up the muscle with stimulus, I stretch it out, and then I go and I just relaxed. I hit the sauna for a little bit. I went and did a root hatha, which is like a very slow yoga class. All right? More blood flow. And then you just eat good food, man. Like, all I ate today was a bunch of fruit, Greek yogurt, which is my absolute favorite. Is I cut up some peaches and kiwis, and I throw it into Greek yogurt, the unflavored one. I just get the Faye with the 5%, whatever the fucking milk fat is. I don't do 0% fat stuff. That's weird. That's weird shit, okay? We're not doing that. Okay? So I did that, and then just 7 eggs with some cottage cheese and hot sauce. That was it. It's so easy. It's all relatively whole foods. I use butter when I cook my eggs. I'm not scared of cholesterol. I'm not eating just like junk stuff. I'm not putting processed foods and protein powders and all this extra shit. Everything that you realistically need to get the physique of your dreams is pretty cheap to buy. Like eggs, cottage cheese, all right? Some fresh fruits, some Greek yogurt. Like, it's not going to run you crazy money to do that. And then you don't need that much time. You just need the stimulus. You just need to push it. Push the envelope for 1 set, maybe 2 sets. Okay? I think sometimes even 2 is too much. Genuinely, like, the more I've switched to this 1 set mentality where it's like 1 warm-up set, maybe 2 warm-up sets, where it's lighter weights, and then it's balls to the wall, and I'm never getting past 8 on that last weight. Bro, my gains have skyrocketed across the board, and I'm in the gym less often. Sometimes when I go, I don't even fucking work out. I don't even lift anything. I'll just hang from a bar. I'll just stretch. I'll carry kettlebells around because it feels fucking weird, and it's a different stimulus. Everything now is just about stimulus. Something that is difficult and different. And that is going to make my body change, grow, adapt, and evolve. Okay? Love you guys. Let me know if you want me to talk about other bodybuilding stuff and muscles in general. I usually don't do that, and I usually am not shirtless. So, I'll probably have a shirt on next time. All right? Love you guys. Bye.